So, okay, once you get your exit card, right? Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Once you get your exit card, it will log you out of the game. Do not freak out. What you will do is you will go to Eternally, and then you will sign up for the new scenario. We are going to Way of the Winter X4. It starts tomorrow. I let my dog out, so I'll be right back. Nice. Nice. And you ready for the laugh?
What's the laugh?
So when you go to the seasonal shop to buy your exit card, look at what the devs did.
Oh, I'm not even gonna play the game today. It's downloading some long patch, so.
Oh, well, you need to sign up because we start tomorrow.
Okay.
Pretty much the Radiant one and the Berserkosaurus Rex got added to the Mizuku shop. So now you gotta buy a 5,000 Mizuku mark box to either get the Radiant one or Chephosaurus. The Berserker Chephosaurus. Because the developers said they would not be giving it to people.
With the 0.000 point chance, you'll actually get it?
Well, no. The Prisma Clash, no one gets to keep it.
Oh.
Yeah, developers quite literally said that because they said due to the limited nature, no one gets to keep it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like so over Once Human. It's not even funny. So.
Well, that's because we've been stagnant on the same. We were stagnant on the same content for 2 months.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Not really, because StarCraft was nice, but the whole thing is now you can freaking sit there and do the whole new content with. And they added it where being in a hive actually matters, and now hives are 16 members.
What you looking for?
What were they before?
Well, before that they were 10. We're now going up to 16.
Be seeing.
Yo!
Tony!
Tony!
You seen the notice. I'll be right back. Nogo, if he has any questions, tell him what I told you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta let my dog in and my headset's dead, so I can't carry him.
Tony has been talking, or Tiger's been talking. He's been saying stuff, but it's coming across as blah, 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 blah. Wah, wah, wah.
Blood and thunder.
I feel bad too. I really wanted to listen, but he started talking about Once Human.
Oh. Oh, man.
And I completely shut down.
I see that. In the Once Human Discord.
Yeah. Well, if you can't talk shit where the shit needs to be talked, where can you talk it, huh?
True. True. Yeah.
I love the Once Human Discord more than I love the game, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one. I haven't even thought about turning it on, to be honest.
No.
I'm watching to see what's going on with these guys. They have some notice or something. I guess they're getting ready to switch to the new server
Tomorrow, yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what Tiger told me. He said you gotta go on there and get a card that has linked to a shop and blah blah blah. And something about a Chefosaurus, and I was like, oh really? And then he beat his dog during my stream, and I was like, oof. Yeah, Peter's
Be
coming
thankful
for
if
him.
it wasn't his monkey.
Oh yeah. I think I would have left then.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to, in a little while, I have to go take a drive to go look at a house.
Ooh, you buying a house?
Yeah, I want to try and buy a new house in a better location, and then I guess sell my house. And
Nice.
to try and do that, I gotta come up
Well,
with need to
it
buy
better
something.
be closer to the Pokemon spots, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I know it. You're not kidding, brother. You're not
You move her further away from these Pokemon spots,
Well,
you may never hear the end of it.
We don't have a lot of opportunity, so we're kind of like sacrificing a little bit. I would have liked to have been a little closer to the town that we wanted to be by. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We may go there and just fucking hate it. It's got a lot of work that needs to be done and stuff like that, and that's why I'm even able to have a shot at trying to buy it.
Oh, okay.
Because without selling my house, trying to buy something outright, it's like, I
Yeah.
don't have a lot to work with, and I am not taking out a super high interest loan. There's no way, There's no fucking way. I don't even understand the concept of that,
Yeah.
Mortgage rates. The people that have incredibly great credit are fucking paying, 7, 8%. That's insane. That's insane.
They're paying what the shitty credit ratings used to pay back in the day.
Yeah, even that is really high, even for those people, honestly. I mean, I'm no professional at that shit, but I do, having always worked on houses and real estate flips and shit like that, you have some idea.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty bad though. But yeah, I refuse to do that, So I'm looking at, I'll have to do a bunch of work, kitchen, bathroom, bunch of I'm fine. As long as I can get it at a reasonable price, and it's a little outside the town that I wanted to land in. I wanted to get like on the outskirts of town, not necessarily outside of town. Kind of what I was hoping for, but we'll see. There hasn't been a lot that's been popping up though. It's been really dry the last 3 months or whatever. Has been super terrible for new stuff popping up that's at a fair price, like fair market value. A lot of the stuff's been like, hey, I have this dilapidated wreck and I want to sell it to you for like triple the cost. And I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Oh wow, I'm playing one game and it's launching once human while I was in one game. And the net ease came up over top of the game I was playing.
Oh!
Is that crazy?
No! This is not what I signed up for. That is crazy.
Good thing I wasn't fighting anything like this. That could have really killed me. I was in the middle of a fight. Oh, this is like a 4-minute.
Yeah, I was just watching some of these. I guess they opened up some of the airspace to private people again or something. So I see like there's this guy who's got a YouTube doing helicopter deliveries and going in and out with supply, bringing some people out because there's still some people, believe it or not, stranded. Imagine
Where?
that. In North Carolina mountains, where the roads got washed out and shit. People with like little baby stuff. So this dude's like just flying in there, you know, bringing a bunch of supplies, dropping that off, taking people out. Back
That's
and forth,
pretty
back and
amazing.
forth. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Damn it. Chair is being special.
Your chair?
Yeah. It's weird. There's a lock for the back of the chair, you know, like the reclining aspect of the chair. And
Yeah.
if I push really hard on the armrest, sometimes it'll like push it forward somehow and bypass the lock. The lock works going like if you lean against it, pushing back, but I guess if you push it forward with any force, it doesn't hold too well. Special.
So Tony, are you logging in to get your exit card?
Not quite yet. I had some other stuff going on today that I need to be doing.
Bet you better get that exit card.
Yeah, I bet it.
Better.
Well, it's because tomorrow the server starts and we're trying to get everybody in.
Yeah, I can jump on later and do it though when I get back. I have some stuff to do this afternoon.
Because you know if you don't do it when you do it, you'll never be able to find that server to be with your
It might
friends.
fail.
You'll fail.
Yeah. Phil.
Phil. Oh yeah, Phil.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I think the servers in that game are so lame.
Time is
Like you
money,
can't
friend.
play with like the streamers you follow because their servers fill. Like it's so lame. And then like being someone who's putting everything on YouTube, like everything I'm putting on YouTube is a week later than all the other streamers because I'm not the server that's newest. Such a shitty way to do things, in my opinion.
Oh, stop your
Oh, that game.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Shut up, Tony. You know you're coming back.
Yeah, I
Keep
don't
it
come
real.
back. I just don't know if I'm playing.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious when I say that. I
Yeah.
try to like play and everything, and I just got super like bored out of my mind that I
Yeah,
couldn't
because
even
the
play.
Prisma Clash sucked ass.
I even tried to make an inner game with myself to beat Tony to 50. And when I knew he wasn't participating, I was like, well, I don't know why I'm doing it.
Dude, I literally tried because of what you said. I was
Oh,
like, yeah,
I didn't
I'm gonna
even-
beat you
I
to
didn't-
this, and I thought
I
was it.
didn't make it myself, but I made it further than you. So.
Yeah, you did. I think what did I get to
I'm gonna
like?
say
But I almost feel like a loser
I'm
for
gonna say-
making it
Lose
further.
I'm gonna say Once Human's one of those games that once you pretty much hit level 50, it's one of those games where you don't have to log in constantly. Like, straight up, you do not have to log in all the time to fucking play Once Human. Like, once I hit 50, dude, I log in for maybe a couple of, like an hour or two a day, and then I go play other video games. But I still hang out in this Discord.
Yeah,
Same.
we were just saying we like the Discord. I think better than the game.
I think that you're burning yourself out. I'll be right back. Stop burning yourself out. Go play other video games. Hell, go play.
I am playing other video games. Not wanting to play this one for whatever reason.
I know at Tony's age, it's hard for that part of the anatomy to work.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't even know what he said. All I heard was like humanity, I think.
I went back to hearing blah 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 blah.
Wah, wah.
Wow, wow. Get your exit card. Wow, wow,
I
wow.
love that. I don't think this. You have to be pretty old to even get that joke anymore. Which I am like, love that joke.
Oh, the peanuts.
Yeah, yeah.
Joseph, how you doing, Joseph? How you doing, man? We are talking a lot of trash
Talk to me.
about this game called Once Human.
Yo, right back.
The winds guide you.
Yeah, I just had this buddy of mine call me yesterday that, not really like a friend, he's just somebody I know, called me up, and I noticed that there was a bunch of like corrupt stuff going on with the people who run our town or whatever. And he used to be the clerk for the town. And I found like something that they were doing, and I started getting all this information, and I basically bought them into like lies and stuff that they were like basically stealing money from the town. To get right down to it. So I've gone down like every road that I could think of to try to, uncover this, and nobody seems to give a shit. The people who are in a position of authority don't care at the end of the day, is what it comes down to. So now he,
You
I
gotta
just
threaten them with going to the news stations.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I haven't been able to get anybody to care enough. It's not big enough for them to care about. But I know it's just the tip of the iceberg. I know if I can see that they're doing this stuff from where I'm sitting in the meetings or whatever, then I know that there's a lot more going. But so he now is taking up the reins, finish it, because he's no longer the clerk there, and his mom still lives in this town. So he apparently is going to try and do something about it, which I'm excited about. Like, that's nice, man. Another
Nice.
person that really is trying, because I know that they have there's some sort of a federal investigation going on with a lot of the stuff that's going on with people that are running the town and the shit that they're doing to the people the police, The police aren't bad, but they have no authority, if you can imagine that, to be policemen. They have to ask about every little thing. So we haven't had a police chief in more than a year, which is odd, to say the least. So yeah, we'll wait to see if something cool happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds more exciting than my town. I don't know. I don't really follow the news though. But when I first moved here, there was a sign on the side of the road that said widening project. And then the more I heard about this road widening project, the more I realized it was never going to happen, because like the people didn't want to lose their yards. But the road needs to be widened.
Yeah. Well, they're supposed to be smart enough to know to plan that stuff out in advance, Like if your road was built in the last 50 years and they're still having that issue.
Well, I've been here 8 years.
Yeah.
Like I think the sign is still up. It might still be up, but I just don't look at it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like a tree now. When Ian hit, it knocked out a bridge, and for like 4 months we had to like drive around a really long way to get get where we're going, you know, because of this bridge being out. I was like, oh, they might start there and widen this road. But no, they just fixed the bridge the shitty way it was before the hurricane took it out.
Nice.
I gotta go to work in an hour.
Boo.
I know.
Doesn't sound like any fun.
No.
I know, I'm not excited. I have to drive like an hour and a half to go to this place. Not excited for that.
To look at the house?
Yeah.
Ooh, you guys are moving far away.
I guess. I don't think it's that far away myself, but yeah. It's not around the corner, that's for sure. I guess I better get out of here and go get myself ready. That much longer before I get to go. So I'll catch up with you guys later.
Alright, Tony, you have a good one.
All right, brother. Take care.
You too.
fucking whore of a cat.
Oh, I can hear you yelling at him.
She
You-
got attention.
It
from
sounds
me,
like you're across the room and you're like, no, no. I'm like, oh my god.
I was outside the game room because that's where this stand is. That's basically a coffee bar.
Nice.
It's got all the coffee stuff on it. Dude, I found it at a garage sale for $5. What can I say? I'm cheap. So right now I have to find another game to play.
What are you gonna play?
I am not sure. Might play South Park in the Stick of Truth.
Oh, okay. If you wanted to play, if you had Valheim and wanted to play that, I'd play that with you. But I gotta go in like 40 minutes anyways.
Got stuff to go do.
Work. I got work.
Sounds like fun. Yeah.
My work sometimes is fun, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, everybody's ditching Prisma Clash like it's a bad habit.
Yeah, it was lame.
Yeah.
It was lame.
Or I might buy another video.
Should buy Valheim.
I own Valheim. Don't complain right
You should buy a game called Slay the Spire.
I fed you, June. Stop whining. Oh, I think she actually fucking ate. I'll be fucking surprised if she did.
Honored, I'm sure.
What do you want?
Hi, how are you? You have a great day now.
Good day to you.
Eat potty? Pickle potty? Here. You got potty? See? That's why you don't need to take a door. You fell off the goddamn table. Cat was trying to paw at me and she fell off the fucking table. It was fucking priceless.
That's what she gets, huh?
No,
you
a cat
doing,
came in my
man?
room, me and my girlfriend's room last night, laid between us, and got fucking a shit ton of attention.
What do you need?
Oh.
Got a bunch of pets and shit, and now she's like, no, I want more. Pay attention to me.
I had a friend come over the other day, and right before she was about to come over, she said, do you want me to bring this little Yorkie dog that I'm watching? And I said no. And then I started thinking about it, like, oh, she's probably asking because she has nothing to do with the dog or blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, well, she did ask me, and it's what I want. I don't want the dog to come over.
Yeah, freaking cat jumped on the bed, started meowing. My girlfriend started petting her. And I'm like, go away, cat. And she's like, the cat just wants attention.
Yeah, I'm not an animal person. Like, I can see how everybody loves their animals and stuff like that, but there's animal people and then there's not animal people.
Hey, the only animal in this house I like is June and the bird. June's
The only
dog.
animals I like are other people's animals.
Freaking June is my nap buddy because when I take a nap, she'll lay next to me. And I only like the bird because every time my sister comes over, the bird does not like my sister, but the bird will call my sister. Like, I did not teach the bird to say this, but when my sister comes over and the bird sees her walk through the door, the bird said, "Hunt." Oh, it's fucking hilarious because even my sister's boyfriend fucking laughs when the bird just looks at her. My sister's like, "Hello, Kiwi." Kiwi's just like, "Hunt." My sister's like, "Why did you teach the bird to say that?" And the bird only says it to you. So.
The bird knows.
Oh, pretty much. My sister's boyfriend, his family like bought and sold properties in California, but he wants to get into like my field of business, which is rental properties.
Didn't you just have to bail him out on his last property?
Yup, I talked to the motherfucker, like the dude he was dealing with, I won't even deal with because the motherfucker's shady as fuck.
Oh.
Well, the motherfucker has a realtor.
And your brother-in-law is just not smart enough to know this? And he did it anyways?
No, I straight up told him, do not deal with that person because I know who the fuck.
And then he did?
Yeah, I talked to the dude and the dude's like, well, the house is listed for $148,000. And
That's...
I'm like, yeah, and there's fucking 8 inches of water in the basement. Ah, but it's not listed as a basement, it's listed as a crawl space. Basically, this motherfucker hung drywall low enough. Like, you could see that the drywall is like held up just by fucking a couple screws. And this motherfucker's got it screwed into posts that are connected to the beams up, because depending on how low it is, like how low the ceiling is, that determines if it's a crawl space or not. If it's not 5 feet tall, it's listed as a crawl space. The motherfucker hung drywall to make the ceiling low enough, so it was listed as a crawl space. That way, when it floods, he can say, well, it's a crawl space. It's not a basement.
Still a room with water, any way you look at it, huh?
Well, you have the water heater, the heater, down in the basement, and there was 8 inches, and it quite literally was a gas furnace and a gas water heater. The fucking pilot flames were fucking out.
I was just quite literally gonna say I haven't heard you say quite literally yet today.
So like the pilot flames on the water heater and the heater were out, which means you had gas bubbling through the water.
Oh, that's not good.
Dude,
this house is sounding worse and worse.
Well, no, it looked nice until you got down into the basement / crawl space.
And then you realize
the motherfucker shady as fuck. And like, he's like, well, he already agreed to it. You know, it wasn't in the contingency. He could back out whenever he wanted. And I said, okay, how much do you fucking want? And he's like, well, I want a percentage of what I'm losing because I got relist it on the market. I said, yeah, you ain't losing nothing. Well, I value my time at $15,000 an hour.
Oh.
So I went and got a cashier's check, and then I made the dude sign the legal document stating, you know, he's receiving the money for such and such reason, and he's allowing my boyfriend to, they're not married, so he's not even a brother. stated his name is backing out of the house, and I gave the dude the cashier's check. It was a pleasure doing business with you. And I said, don't worry, I'll get you back sooner or later.
I gotta figure out why I'm not seeing these things on the I'm seeing them on the mini map, but it's not showing them on the world map. Show world map icons.
And I did get the fucker back because that house, I noticed one thing when I was down in that crawl space.
I wonder if this did it.
You want to know what I noticed in the supposed crawl space?
I got it.
I noticed black mold.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that motherfucker had to spend that $15,000 and then some to have professionals come in and remove the black mold. And then the city inspector made him dig up all around the house and redo the waterproofing seal on the crawl space. I'm over here doing air quotations. I lost that motherfucker about $60,000, so I got it back. Put it this way, No-Go. The bird was $750, and that was my mother's birthday gift from me. And then on top of that, for Mother's Day, I bought her a $500 cage for the fucking bird.
And how much did it cost to teach the bird to say cunt?
Not a damn thing.
Priceless.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no, the fucked up thing is like, really, Lorna? Yeah, but they're new to a pair of slippers. The funny thing is, since I only go in maybe 5 hours a month to work, because I only have to go in like one day, maybe 2 days a fucking month.
That's nice.
It is nice, but it's a lot of mileage because I have to pick up the cashier. I gotta pick up all the rent payments, take them to the bank. I pretty much have my person who works the office, their paycheck is straight up auto pay from the business account. I basically have a time clock program on their computer, so when they scan their fingerprint, they start working, and I know the hours they normally work, so like they never work overtime, so they have like a standard 40 hours a week. But the main thing I have to go in and do is pay the business credit card, because that gets used to make repairs on the houses. Because I don't have a handyman on staff, because, well, those motherfuckers jury rig shit, and I don't want shit jury rigged. I'd rather have someone who's licensed and bonded and has insurance doing the fucking work.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just because if they fuck it up, it's their insurance that's paying for it, not mine. Like if I have so a pipe fucking burst, and they come out and fix it, and it's fucking leaking, say 2-3 weeks later, their insurance is paying for it, not mine. You know, I don't have to deal with that bullshit. I can fucking, yeah, that leak you fixed it, that broken pipe you fixed, yeah, well it's leaking like a fucking sieve. So y'all need to come fix it. And they can't charge me money for it because why? They're the ones who did the repair and it didn't last. And anyways, I don't understand the point. I've never fully understood the point of having a handyman on staff. Because one, you have to pay that motherfucker an hourly rate. And yeah, you can claim his income as a loss on the business, but if I paid more money for a licensed person to come out and fucking fix it, I can claim that as a business expense. You know, that is a loss because that's an expense of doing business.
Sounds like you got it all figured out.
Well, no, it just doesn't make sense of why having a repairman, a handyman on staff.
Yeah.
I can call a company, I can call a
I am
contractor,
forsaken.
because I'm friends with a couple contractors. If something structural needs to be fixed, some fucking drywall needs to be patched. Like, quite literally, I tell those dudes, just fucking tear the whole sheet out, and then put a new sheet up. I'm not gonna waste their time to fucking, you know, use a thing and slap up some fucking mud and all that shit. No, that looks like shit. I heard someone just yank that sheet out, check make sure the insulation's still intact, and put a new sheet of fucking drywall up. It cost me like $400. Oh look, that's $400 that I can write off my tax time. I kind of can understand why people hire a handyman to do the repairs, because the handyman's going to do it cheaper. It's going to look like shit, and they're just trying to maximize the profit. No, the main thing of maximizing your profit is making sure you don't have no fucking vacancy.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, if you think about it. So my most expensive house that I rent out is a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, and it's like over 3,000 square feet. I rent that out for $1,500 a month.
Wow, that's cheap.
Well, they're also it's a ranch house, so their commute is decent.
Oh, okay.
They have to drive in and out of town, so that's why it's cheap. Because other ranch houses like that are listed, they want $3,000-$4,000.
Yeah, that seems more right. At least 2.
The people who rent for me, one is a CNA at a nursing home.
Have they been renting for a very long time?
They've actually, that house I got at a foreclosure auction, and it was in shit condition. The siding had to be replaced. The inside was already gutted, because the people who had the house foreclosed on, quite literally, ripped the drywall down and stole all the plumbing out of the
Would
house.
you ask?
Dude, they even stole the fucking toilets, which was fucked up. They stole the water heater and the heater. So I got, like, you're not allowed to see the inside. I was lucky I got that house for $34,000. because everybody's seen how much money had to be spent in something. It cost me $153,000 to fix it up. The property tax on it, I think is like, I'm trying to do the math in my head because fucking my state splits your property tax up instead of paying once a year, they have you pay every 6 months. I think the property tax on that house is like close to $5,000. Indiana has low property tax. I had like 5 people interested. I do not do a credit score, but what I do is you have to bring me 2 months worth of pay stubs. You know, that way I can calculate it all, and like I don't go over, like I have the rent set, but if the people can't pay, you know, if the rent is more than 50% of their income, I don't rent.
Yeah.
The fact that this dude, the dude and his wife who rent there with their kid, because they have 2 kids, and at the time they had a third on the way. Between his wife and that, it was about 40% of their total income a month, so they were clear. Because I know how I calculate, like I did the calculations in my head, like utilities is like I calculate as 10%, even though it might not be 10%. But yeah, I rented to one woman's a CNA out of nursing home, the other dude's a fucking factory worker for Chrysler. They've been renting that place for 6 years now.
Nice.
So I fixed it up, which took about 2.5 months. Listed it. Took about, I'd say it took about 3 months to rent out. So right there, I was already in the rent, like already in the open house. But then I got people in. Property taxes paid because of what they pay. And I've recouped my money for fixing up the house. And now I'm just making that profit. They love the house. They actually asked me if they could have an animal. I said, if it's a cat, it needs to be declawed. If it's a dog, you do need to house train it, or it needs to be house trained. And they're like, well, we want to get a dog, and none of the property was fenced in. And
I'd say, do you want to pay to replace all the flooring when you leave?
most of the flooring's carpet, and the dog they got, they potty trained it. I do a yearly walkthrough and ask them if there's anything that needs repaired, and then I will have it repaired.
Nice.
I agreed. They said they wanted a dog. I said, well, do you want a fence? And they're like, what do you mean? I said, do you want a fence around the backyard? That way you don't have to put the dog on a tie. They're like, that'd be great, but we can't afford to put a fence up. I said, I'm gonna pay for the fence. It's my property. They're like, you would actually do that? I said, yeah. Having a fence done would just raise my property value for if I ever go to sell the house.
Yeah, and it'd keep the dog from running out and biting somebody too.
So I had some. They're like, that'd be nice. So I had a contractor come out. He did the measurement, and I'm like, okay. I called them. I told them I have a contractor coming out. He's gonna you know, do the measurements and everything for a fence. If I go through with this, I will communicate with you when he's going to come and putting the fence up. I basically told them I'm going to go through with getting the fence up. The fence is only costing me $12,000, and it's going to raise the fucking value of the house by about $30,000. The fence I put up was not a cheap one. It was a 9-foot tall privacy fence.
Yeah, it sounds like you don't do anything cheap when it comes to stuff that you're gonna get your profit back from anyways.
Well, the whole thing is I'm not out to make as much money as I can so I can live overseas. Dude, as I see it right now, I take a salary from my business. I am able to live comfortably.
Yeah, I just watched someone did a video on the guy who owns Arizona iced tea. And it was pretty crazy how, like, this Arizona iced tea is still selling for 99 cents. Which has been selling for, like, our entire lives.
Well, you noticed that dude wasn't in some high-end fancy suit.
No, oh, the owner of Arizona iced tea?
Yeah, he's not in.
They only showed like a couple pictures of him. You know, he went into it with a partner and then bought out the partner because he didn't want to sell because it was what him and his kids, he has 2 sons, and he's like, if I sell, I won't be able to have lunch with my sons every day. And then his partner was like, we can make billions. And I think he paid a lot to buy his partner out because his partner wanted out. But yeah, it's like the video was really cool learning about the Arizona iced tea guy. And how, like, just everything he did, everybody was like, no, you could do it differently and you'll make way more money. He's like, meh, I don't care about the money. I want to do it my way.
Yeah, the whole thing is he's not...
I think they were like, oh, you got to make the cans better. He's like, meh, I'm having my wife do the designs. Yeah, and in doing that, he is a billionaire. You know, he is that rich. He's a billionaire.
When he bought his partner out and took full ownership of the company was nowhere near worth what it is now.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool. It was never about the money. It was about his lifestyle, you know?
It was about him providing a product that he believed in.
Yeah. And giving back to the community and like just having it there, you know.
June, I'm not playing this game. You've already been out, you've already been fed, and you already got a treat. A nice drop.
I guess in some of the gas stations that sell Arizona iced tea for like $1.50, it's not him raising the price, it's the gas station that's raising the price of it.
Yeah, and so it comes down to you have the little corner shops. Those little corner shops quite literally go into stores, buy that shit, and then mark it up at their own price.
Yeah.
He quite literally, I actually know someone who works for this like small gas station that had a contract with Arizona iced tea. They were buying it from like the people. When you are selling a product at a store, the company is renting that space and you're paying for the inventory, right?
Yeah.
One gas station jacked up the price of Arizona iced tea and they lost their contract.
Oh.
You don't want to lose your contract, your like distribution contract.
Another thing Arizona Iced Tea does is they only deliver at night. So like the you'll never see the Arizona Iced Tea trucks on the road slowing down traffic.
Yeah, exactly. They driving at night gives the roads are less cluttered.
Yeah.
Now, like, I don't want to live lavishly. I want to live comfortably. And
Yeah.
like, quite literally, I live comfortably. The main problem with most rental properties is the person who owns the property normally has a property management company handle it, and those people quite literally live in a different state. The reason they ain't buying in their state is because property tax is too much. Like this house I bought, the one I live in, I bought from a realtor. It had to be fixed up a little bit, and it's just slowly getting worse.
I owned a house, bought a house when I was 22, and I lost it when I was 30. I was a terrible property owner. But I don't know. It just, nothing worked out. So it just all went south so bad to the point where I was like, I think I'm just ready to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Home ownership isn't for everybody.
No.
If you have a really busy lifestyle in that, home ownership isn't for you. Because you kind of like how I look at properties, I look at them as an investment.
Well, I was too nice of a guy, and I didn't have the funds to kick out the people when they didn't pay.
Yeah.
So, like, I either had the funds to make the mortgage payment or pay to get them kicked out and fall behind on the payment. And I was like, I better not fall behind on the payment. So I had these squatters living in my house for like close to a year.
Oh, so you had professional tenants.
Yeah, I had tenants. Yeah.
These are people who quite literally know the law left and right, and
They were just scumbags who talked me into renting to them, and then once they got in, they started buying PlayStations for their kids and not paying their rent.
that is a professional tenant, because what they'll do, and let me guess, they always told you, well, this repair needs to be made.
No, it never really came to that.
No.
But like after like 4 months, I went in the back of the property and cut the water line to the house, and I was like, "Hey, come on, guys, get out!" You know. And then cops came. And cops were like, "You can't do that." And I had to fix the water line.
Yeah. I've only had to ever evict. I think in total I've had to evict like 17 people.
Yeah, and the eviction went to the very last day. Like, I had to go, fill out the paperwork to start the eviction, put the 3-day notice on the door, put the, 7-day notice on the door, and then wait like another month or two.
Oh, see, here in Indiana, ours isn't that long. If there's evidence, They give them 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then the husband, when the cops actually came and knocked on the door to tell them to get out and give me the key, the husband was in jail. And so it was just the wife. So I'm there helping her load her shit to get it out of my house. They're like, oh, can we leave this for tomorrow? I was like, nope, because it'll break the contract, which means you can keep squatting in here. I was like, nope, you gotta get everything. I'll help you move it off the property, but you will not be allowed on the property after today.
Yeah, I had one tenant. Never called for repairs or anything. And then I go to do my yearly inspection. I follow the rules to, the absolute T. I call 24 hours ahead. All I have to do is leave a voicemail. And I always record me leaving a voicemail or anything for legal purposes. Went to the house. Huh, key ain't working. Okay, I go to the back door. Huh, key's not working here.
They changed the locks.
Knocked on the door. Knocked on the door. They answered. I'm like, left you a message. I'm doing an inspection. Well, I was sleeping. I said, okay, but why isn't my key working? Oh, I don't know. I think someone who says they work for you came and changed the locks. I'm like, really? Well, have you had any repairs done? No. They just came and changed the locks. So I already knew he was lying. I'm like, well, I'm gonna walk through the house with my board, write down anything I see that needs to be repaired, and then have it repaired. Walk into the house. This house is fucked.
Yeah, when I got them
Holes
out,
in
there
the
was
floor.
holes in the walls where they punched the walls.
Dude, I had holes in the fucking floor.
Oh wow. Yeah, I had.
Holes in the floor, holes in the walls. Light fixtures were fucking broken. They had fucking jury-rigged light switch that was like quite literally hanging out of the fucking wall, which was unsafe. Frickin' what else? Fucking they had broken the sink, kitchen sink. They broke both bathroom sinks. They broke the fucking bathtub. The bathtub was quite literally missing a chunk out of it.
Yeah, a couple months after they moved in. So I lived in the detached garage behind the property, or behind the house. And they're like, oh, can we have a cat? And I was like, nope. It is like a month after they moved in, I could see the cat like in the windowsill. I was like, oh my god. They're not even trying to hide the cat.
Oh no. So yeah, that house, they had locked a cat in one of the rooms. Cat didn't have a litter box. I opened that door. Cat fucking ran out of the room, and the room stunk of ammonia and fucking shit.
Gross.
I had to have the drywall and the fucking subfloor yanked up, along with the fucking carpet, to get the smell out of that room.
I bet.
Sadly, there are some horrible people in this world that do fucking shit.
Well, then I got them out. I got the walls patched. I got it all fixed up. Rented it to the very next person. And they didn't pay. And I moved to Florida. That's when I moved to Florida. So I was 29 at the time. I got it all fixed. I rented it to this this lady, and like a month later, the check didn't come. I was like, oh, they haven't got your rent, and they're like, oh, it's in the mail. It's in the mail. I'm like, oh, it got returned to us. I'll send it again. Like 6 months in, I'm like, what is going on?
Oh yeah, they had.
And I called my brother at the time, and I was like, I'm giving up on this. I can't do it, you know, especially not. I can do it when I lived behind the property. Now I definitely can't. I'm not doing it while I live across the country, you know. So he had his problems, and I was fighting with him. I was fighting with my brother. And like the way I fight, I just avoid. So I didn't talk to my brother in a couple of years. But I was like, hey, if you want free rent, go pay the $500, start the eviction. It might take a month, but you could be able to live in the house for 2 years rent free, you know. I'd rather you get the free rent than some squatter. And so he went, he paid the $500, started the eviction. The day he went to put the 3-day notice, the lady handed him the keys and said, oh yeah, this is our last day here. He moved in, he lived in that house for like 2 years. Would like, and then like strung my mortgage company along. It was like, oh yeah, we're gonna pay, and then they'd pay some of the rent. I guess I don't know how that worked, but he stayed there for a while until they kicked him out.
We're gonna no longer my internal lane and go through all my shit and fucking just ditch a lot of shit.
Yeah, it was super annoying, super stressful. Having back-to-back squatters really did a number on me.
Like, there's just some fucking shady people that pull that bullshit.
Yeah. Craziest thing is like they were the first tenants. They were stringing me along, but they had kids, you know. And so like I really tried to work with them. And when they just bought the Xbox for their kids and didn't pay me rent, I was like, they could have gave me the rent money, gave me some sob story that they were gonna buy a console for their kids, and I probably would have went out and bought it, you know. Like, I'm a gamer. I like kids to have fun, so.
Fuck them little bastards.
They were good kids. Their parents, not so much.
Nah, fuck them little bastards.
Little bastard. Oh, I gotta go. I'm trying to get 5 more kills before I go.
Got me a 4-4 Dark Teddy. Got me a 3-3 Mr. Wish.
was supposed to go a minute ago. I don't have too much prep to do before work, so I already showered today. I need like 2 more kills, or 1 more kill. Oh, 1 more kill. There it is. We leveled. Level 34.
Hello?
Alright, Tiger. I gotta get out of here. I'll talk to you later.
Take it easy, man.
You have a good one.